Hi, hello, welcome to Nollywood Film Club. I'm Mr. C, a Ryoko critic. I hope you're doing well. What a fun conversation today. Lots of singing, lots of trips down to memory lane, and not as short as last week, but I am still trying to keep my promise of trying to give you guys a shorter podcasts because I know you have your attention span is not good. Trust me, I know. Um, yeah. So this one is you hear from me. It's just a fun time. And then we discuss some of the performances from the cinema based on a report that dropped recently. I'll put the link in the description if you want to look at it yourself. And yeah, we'll always discuss what we've watched at the end of the week. I hope you enjoy Nollywood Film Club discussing songs, cinema performance, and what we watched last week. All right, so welcome to Nollywood Film Club, where we do discuss Nollywood related topics of films every Sunday, 6 p.m. Today we are going to be having a conversation about a few things, a hangout session. We're going to be discussing some of our favorite Nollywood soundtracks, some scores, songs, etc. And then we are going to be discussing Nigerian Cinema's performance in 2024. There was a new sort of report that someone dropped. I thought that was interesting for some of the nerdy people who like to look at things like that. Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. We'll obviously talk about anything we've been sort of watching earlier in the week. We discuss whether there's anything to recommend or how you've been feeling. Anyway, all right. So I think what a good place to start is some of the Nigerian cinema performance from 2024. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the some of the reports. You know what? No. Let's start with soundtrack. We'll do the dry one later. So let's start with our favorite Nollywood soundtrack. All right. So I posted some of my favorite. I didn't want to. Hopefully, I have not posted. I haven't kind of cannibalized some of people's favorite soundtracks. There are loads and loads out there. There's some that I left out. Mrs. C has a couple that I did not even mention, but you want to sing it, sing it. If you want to play it through another phone or through the same phone, I guess. I think that's possible to do. Go ahead, whichever is doable for you. If you just want to tell us about it and the film and the theme, hum it. Please start with any of your Nollywood soundtrack, score, or song. So Vanessa, please go on, tell us.
You cannibalize 3 of my own.
Which 3 did I
Cannibalize 3 of my own, and
Which
I'm
3?
just glad because I had 10. You cannibalize Le Mania from me. You cannibalize Chain Reaction. And then you even cannibalize one and you did not even call it the right name. Sorry, it is not called The Master. And I know this because the entire Nkemo album went platinum in my household.
My God.
It is called I Go Chop Your Dollar.
For
Sang
real.
by Stanley Okori and performed by Nkemo as
Wait.
for Sophia.
Wait, isn't the film called isn't the film called
The
The
film
Master?
can be called The Master. The song is called I Go Chop Your
I was not
Dollar.
I was not the title of
If
the
you are
song.
saying something is soundtrack, you have to correctly name the song.
I'm telling you the song
Mr. Stanley Okori himself call it I Go Chop Your Dollar. He
See,
didn't call it The Master.
go and do your list, my G. My
Anyway,
list was
those
naming.
are the 3 songs that you cannibalized from me. Now, onto the songs that still were on my list. I still have 7 because I managed to get 10. Um, I'm gonna shout out to Stanley Okori because Stanley Okori is the GOAT. Dollar Dollar, again, theme here. There's a dollar theme here. It is from the $1 film that had Jamaica and Patience Ozoko and a bunch of other people. And the song goes, Visa, 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 American Visa, dollar, 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 American dollar, Naira, 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 we don't tire. Waiting the rain now, dollar, dollar.
I absolutely need to know what was happening in this film.
This film, let me tell you the film. So Patience was, I can't remember who played that husband. There was their daughter. It was I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Bomal, it was somebody, Sha. The guy had put her daughter through school on the premise that he was gonna marry her. Only for Jim Ike's parents to come back and say, our son came from America, want to marry your daughter. Patience was awkward. I said, no, my daughter's not gonna marry the poor regular man that was in the village that put her through university. She's gonna marry American Bobo because they brought her dollar. Mind you, this woman was walking around the market with $1 saying, can these people change the $1 as she doesn't deal anymore in naira and a dollar now they deal in. Only for Jemike to come back, and Jemike was a crazy drug addict who was displaying for them on the day of the traditional marriage. If you see the nonsense that Jemike did to scatter the whole place. The second Stanley Okore film, obviously, song, obviously, guys, Happy Mumu. If I didn't mention Happy Mumu, what are we doing here? I am a mumu, make them call me mumu. I no need sense to love, oh, your love makes me a happy mumu. A jam. I'm sorry, that's a jam. Now, on to a song from one of Nollywood's dark times. It was also the time when Gollywood was coming in. This film actually stars Van Vika and Jackie Appiah and one more person. I think she's a Yvonne. I just don't know what Yvonne she is. The film is called Princess Tyra. I don't know if anybody don't know Princess Tyra, but I'm sure you will recognize Ilubu Kingdom Genge, where I come from, is a land filled with milk and honey. I'm sorry, what? You guys, we had hits, but I'm sorry. See, do you know why this song? Do you know why this song is so important to me? For many years, I'd forgotten the name of the film. I think 2 years ago, I said, what's that film? And I remember this song. I swear, I went on YouTube. I just typed Ilu. I've not even finished Ilubu. The song had come out. I said, yes, you're an icon. This song is an icon. Are you kidding me? Okay, now on to, those are my first two. So that's two. I have five more. Abby? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's do round table, Abby. We'll come back to you. You have done
I
two.
have five more. I'm
We'll
going
still
to go
come back
fast.
now. Let people's vim not die.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, everybody go on. I have five more, Sha.
Okay. We'll definitely come back. All right. Alana, did you have song you wanted to do?
Yes, I have about 7 here. Good evening, ladies
Can
and
you give us
gentlemen,
your
to
two?
the Nigerian idols for Nollywood. We shall be doing a lot of singing. I have 7 here. Vanessa, who obviously has great taste, has already cancelled out I am a mumu on my behalf. So I shall move on to others. My first one here, a good favorite of mine from Tears in Heaven, is Egu Chineke. And it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you something about what things God they do. I want to tell you, say, I have the love of God. Now in they make me happy, oh. Now in they make me jolly, oh. Now in they make me sing. Egu Chineke, my brother, Egu Chineke. Egu Chineke mo. Egu Chineke. On a some no be so. Cancel that one out, ladies and gentlemen. If I had to sing it, I have cancelled it. Moving on. So I'm not let me see. Like I said, I have 7, but we are doing a round table. So my second one, I'm kind of tossed between something from now, like recently, and something from before. But in honor of my beautiful Saint Obi, I shall be doing Final Whistle. You are.
Eh? They don't,
Olana,
they don't
Elano.
they don't sing that song too much, to be honest, in this place.
Get away,
Maybe
you.
that's why.
You're such a hero.
That's why.
The real love song
God
for
has
real lovers.
Elon has done it. That song is too much. It's okay. We have heard final whistle every time. All right. Okay. All right. Who was next in this queue? I think it was Elizabeth. Oh, Alana, you back? We can't hear her. I can't hear her. Can anybody else hear her?
No.
Okay. Sorry, Alana. Can't hear you. Elizabeth, did you have song you wanted to share?
Yes. So everybody has talked about the most popular ones. I wanted to talk about I think the first one I really liked ever, True Confession. True Confessions seems from years to years. Second one, Mortal Inheritance. Inheritance. Another one, um my name is Angelina, and I'm a market seller. They call me Angelina. Which one again? Okay, you guys may not know. I don't know, I can't remember the title, but the song goes, Chima was blind. He left his wife simply because she had no child. The entire film was inside that soundtrack. Which one? Okay, for my Yoruba people, we had.
It's okay.
Sorry, for
Don't
Yoruba
finish
people, we had alẹ́ ariwo tá ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ tá ò gbọ́dọ̀ bí fíkì o alẹ́ ariwo. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Moving. Is it Film Heady or is it Organ Federal? Well, we'll go Film Heady first. Oh wait, Nduka, are you? I don't know. Nduka looks like he's a speaker, but I can't tell.
Yes, I am. I don't know if you can hear me.
All right. Yeah, we can hear you. Nduka, any favorite soundtracks?
I have a bunch, and they are all from my guy Stanley Okorie.
Wow, Stanley really did a number on us. All right,
I
okay.
really don't know if there was anybody else doing it, but like Stanley Okorie in Okwa. Okwa bo gentleman yo, ochogin sobu, manonye yan sobu, Okwa gegoshi ya trouble. Or was it Long John? Long, longy, John Johnny. I forgot the rest of the song, but like Mr. Long John, suffer head yo. And then there was this one is an Igbo film from like 2000. Akidi, kere den kede, Akidi, kere. Ndị arụrụ ala na-atụ Joy Kaba Boys kere den kede, Akidi. But I feel like the best of all of them is Esakaba Oundo, Esakaba, because like everybody was singing it when I was growing up. So those are my favorite Shaq, I remember.
Wow.
My top, you categorize my top. My top is actually Kashika. He goes into like some guitar rock thing that I don't know where he got it from, but like it works for the theme of the film. Just like you're going to watch a weird film and it's so good. So yeah, that's.
Yeah, well, Nduka giving us Stanley's whole discography there. All right. Thank you, Nduka. Film Heady, do you want to give us some of your soundtracks, favorite soundtracks? Is Film Heady there? Okay. Ogene Fijiro, do you have some of Nollywood favorite soundtracks you wanted to share with us?
Yes, I do. Good evening, happy Sunday. So the first one will be the one with Rachel Oniga, and that's not from Died Richard. I can't sing it, so I've gone to YouTube to actually pull the soundtrack out so that. Butterfly the clouds came down on me. It's just no wheels flying for me. My guess over there. I dream of freedom. So this was such a great soundtrack, by the way. This is from Died Wretched. It stars Tom Njamanze, the late Rachel Oniga. Tony Umez is also in it. And I also love the performance of Yukari Anunobi in this film as well. Another soundtrack that I absolutely love would also be from the legendary Stanley Okorie, from the movie by Tichi the Chikere, Pretty Little Liars. So there's a song, Na Poppy, 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 Poppy. The more you look, the less you see. I also like that one as well. So yeah, 2 for now. I'll share the rest.
Wow, thank you. Okay, all right. More to come. More to come. Kay, please, can you give us some of your favorite soundtracks? Okay, Israel's for Israel's. Oh, lost. Okay, Israel's for Israel's. Mrs. C, did you have anyone that has not been mentioned?
As far as I'm aware, nobody has mentioned. Everybody say ja, ja, ja. Everybody say go, 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 put it together. Django, Django is the king of the jungle. Starring my guy Hank Sanuku, our crying queen, Nkiru Sylvanus.
People who know this song, is it Put It Together or is it Jam It Together?
Whatever.
No, I'm just wondering whether I'm making up because Jam It and
Jamo, Puto, think of it as playing connections.
I'm not even trying to correct you. I'm just wondering for factual sake.
What you want to do with the lyrics. Anyhow, moving on. For the life of me, I cannot remember watching Widow Scott, but husband is useless. Yeah, man must die. Kill your husband. Make your life better. Now, if anything happens to Mr. Nobody should come and hold me now. Song I sing. Anyhow, on to one more Super Story. Super Story had bangers upon bangers upon bangers. And the one I always remember is tick tock goes the clock, the grass cutter, Mr. Lecturer. That was Kende Bankole. I can't remember the guy who played the lecturer, but yeah, Super Story had bangers.
Okay, all right. We're back again, Vanessa.
Yes. Now I'm gonna pivot to the OG singers, the OG musicians, Yoruba films. I'm gonna start with the most recent because it's the most raz and it's not really a song, it's just a chant. Odunlade Adekola was on a run. And then Sunday Dagboru came out. And everybody just kept saying Sunday Dagboru. Hey, Sunday Dagboru. I'm sorry. Once I hear Sunday Dagboru, I'm watching that. I don't care. Next is Ejioburo, guys. It is still probably one of my favorite Yoruba songs, love songs. This song was everywhere in the Southwest by Shola Allison. Ìfẹ́ bí èjì òwúrọ̀ látàgbàlá Elédùmarè kó ti ṣẹ̀ wá. Ìfẹ́. Guys, that's love. You people don't know love. The morning dew. Yeah. Now, onto the OGs of having your all-star cast perform music. Madam Dearest. I'm very sure you have all heard Ayele. If not heard it, let me sing it for you. Ayele, ayé mà le. Ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yìí ó tójú sú mi. Then finally, I have no rival. Guys, I don't know if, especially because Omoto Sexy is trending today, starring Omotola Jalade Ekende, no rival. Yeah. Hey, how does it go? Kò sẹ́ni tó lè bá ṣorogún, òun ló ní final say. No rival, no rival. No rival to our beauty, guys. Guys! Yoruba people don't do music. I'm going to go and look for more.
All right. Thanks, Vanessa. All right, Alexandra, please, can you give us any of your favorite Nollywood soundtracks if you have not heard them?
Hello, good evening. So I joined late, so I don't I don't know which one you've called, but Domino's, it was a TV series by Tajuddin. I can't sing it, but Domino's was so nice. Then Final Whistle. I know Centobi was in the film. Oh God, what am I forgetting? Like Final Whistle was a good song. I feel so lonely when you're not around me. I can't sing, but it was a very good song. And I don't know if anyone mentioned Conspiracy. Hello?
Yes.
I don't know if anyone
Yes.
Yeah. That was also awesome. Basically, Everyday People too was really nice. I don't know if you remember that one. Everyday People. That's you, that's me. I really loved it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Okay, no, thanks, Alexandra. Yes, Final Whistle. People have Final Whistle. Nobody has mentioned Conspiracy here, but I think. Wait, is Conspiracy part of my thread? It should be, right? I think so. Anyway, if it's not, thank you. Alana, are you able to give us? Do you have more you wanted to share? In fact, yeah, people put your hand back up so we know, because I don't know whether people have more. All right.
I have more, but bear.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I also have this I think the name is Angelica. I've forgotten, but it was an Motola movie where they were like, my name is Angelica, and I'm a market seller. Call me Angelica. Call me Angelica. And then there's what do they call this one stuff? This, I don't know the title of the movie, but the song is yeah me oh yeah me oh yeah me. In this life you reap what you sow. Yeah me oh yeah me. And I also have from Organigwe. Can you guys still hear me?
We can, yes, and that was chain reaction.
Okay. I also have from Organigwe the one that goes Muna Gigebi, Oyama Muna Gigebi, Olama, Oyama Muna Gigebi. I do not know who sang it. I have a bunch of other. There's one from okay, I don't know, but I think it was a soundtrack from Hire a what? Hire a woman and be hire a man. Yes. This is the song. So yeah, those are my submissions for now. Yes, that's it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Alana. Elizabeth.
Okay, yes. So I think we said almost, but I wanted to mention there's this OG Yoruba film, very popular, Igi Aruwe. Anyway, anyhow, Igi Aruwe, oh, dun, dun. It was so popular that time. That's all I'm
So
just
popular that time. That's all I'm just saying.
Huh? What happened?
Igiarue, you
You
did not
hear
hear the
me?
Igiarue.
Oh, okay.
She do sing
Thank you.
Igiarue.
Indika.
Okay, I missed one more. I think the name of the movie was A Million Tears or something like that. You are the treasure that I seek. You were close to me, yet I did not know the love that I seek for. I think it was
Oh,
Emeka K
sorry to
and
mention
Kate
that one.
Henshaw. And Kate Henshaw died or something, like such a sad film, sad song. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I have beef with that song. It's not you that I'm thumbs
Goodness,
down, but I have
why?
beef with
I
that song.
actually hated the song, man. I
Why?
hated the song.
All right. Haters
I
of
really
fun.
hated that song. I hated that song so badly.
All right. Okay. Filmhead is back. Filmhead, did you have one you wanted to share?
Yes, there is this one, Hour of Grace. I think it's after Kubo and Les Gentry. Um, it goes, Ari Bugo Mo Bimo, Afari Jugo Mo Bimo, Oya Keluwa Yemowa, something like that. There is this one again, Below, Genevieve and Mimiki K. It's your mamo, Ezembamo, I need you one, something like that. Yeah, those are the two.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Filmheady. MSC, do you want to give us one of your
Yes,
favorites?
yes. I want to give. I don't know if you guys have mentioned Stanley Okoro. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Like
Yes.
I
Look, this
love
is the Nolly
Stanley.
soundtrack.
My
This
all-time
is
favorite is I Shall Will Not Be Walk. I don't know where that. I don't know the film, but oh my god, I love Stanley. Stanley. I don't know. I feel like Stanley should be like they should just. I don't know because I feel like he does in most of Nollywood songs. But anyways, I don't. There's Billionaires. I Shall Will Not Be Walk. There's this one with Genevieve and oh, I keep forgetting about love something something. I'm going to remember very quickly. Let me just look at it. Something wicked word, crying all the time. But I love Stanley. Yeah, that's it. My all-time favorite is Stanley. Um, yeah, that's all for now.
All right, another Stanley shout out. Yes, Stanley will always. Yeah, I imagine if you're doing Nollywood soundtracks, there's, except if people don't know what they're talking about, Stanley's name is gonna come up. It's gonna come up. All right. Uh, just want to highlight one that it is on my list, but just in case you have not heard it before, and the Evil Genius one, I think it's I love the Evil Genius. Mr. C had not heard the Evil Genius one, and I'm a little surprised. Well, I say I'm a little surprised. I'm not surprised. It's not the ones that I hear get sung very often. I was born with a cross upon my heart, head, something evil and wickedness inside my heart. It gives me great joy to kill and destroy. I feel so happy. See people sad. I re-listened to it and I realized I've reworked the song somehow differently in my head, but definitely the internal conflict within the song is so beautiful. It's like he's expressing how much evil he is. The other thing is that it's called Evil Genius, but he never expresses his genius in his songs. Just the evil side. But and then he blames it on his mother, which Mrs. C was like, why we gotta blame the woman? And the mother and this. And I was like, I think if I remember correctly, I do remember she did go to Juju to get him. So supernatural IVF. So it didn't work out, and now he's like this, which I think is interesting. I can't find that film anywhere. I was really hoping to watch it, but yeah, iconic for me. All right. Ogene Fejuru.
Yes. So for the people who really are like the OGs of Yoruba Nollywood, Yemi, My Lover is a song that I like. I'm just going to play that now. It was really giving Bollywood. One of the reasons why I absolutely love it. Another song for me would be that Ihunaya song from Christ in Me. It's a movie where Tony Gomez is in his full elements, and as usual, Gigi works on him. All right, thank you.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. No, some of these absolutely classics, yeah, that I remember anyway. Ricky says, why is nobody mentioning Ultimate Power theme song? Abby Ultimate. I vaguely remember the Ultimate Power theme song. If somebody sang it here, I'm sure I would recognize it. But yeah, Ultimate Power, I remember. I remember the notes of the song. I don't remember the lyrics. I don't think I ever knew the lyrics. But yeah, Ultimate Power 1 to 8. What an absolute what a job. What a job. But yeah, very fun.
Matanga.
Yo, another banger up there with Lemanya. I am Matanga, to be honest. Renta says it's cliche, but the super story and this live themes are goated. True. All right, okay. We're going back again. Vanessa.
So this is quite unserious. It wasn't made for the film, but given how many I'm actually so stupid. Given how many times it appeared in the film, honorable mention to Ojapiano. Ojapiano in
Nah, this is wrong. This is wrong.
This is wrong. This is wrong.
It was literally every that film every 20 minutes. Oja Piano. I'm sorry, what? Oja Piano in A Weekend to Forget. Goated Nollywood film soundtrack. I don't care. Fight with me. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Consider yourself fought with. Yeah. Aside that, they just stole a popular already this thing or song.
Why are
Yeah.
you assuming they stole it? Did they tell you that they
They,
didn't pay Casey Fresh money?
they
Or
absolutely.
they didn't get permission from Casey? Sorry, it's not Fresh
Well, I
anymore. They
mean,
didn't get money
it's
from
not even
Casey.
that.
I mean, they didn't pay
It's not
Casey
even,
permission.
even if they paid, not that the way Nollywood does. But I don't know. I think it might have been.
Do you know the
Was it
amount that they
Inkbot?
use it? The amount that they use it is proof to me that they paid. They said this
Yeah,
money that we
definitely.
shelled
They
out for
almost
the song.
definitely paid for
We go use
it.
They
am.
collect
Then go
paid.
use the
Like,
money finish.
movie is 40% of the budget. Yeah, you're right.
They
But like,
definitely
yeah,
paid for that song.
my meaning wasn't
I'm
even that they stole it. But like, they didn't pay. Is that it's not. It doesn't feel like there's somebody made a
it,
bop for dancing and they
okay.
just collected it and
But
put
did
in
they
their
not
thing.
use it? Did they use it like it was theirs? Even if it doesn't, even if it doesn't feel like it was theirs, did they not
You
use it
know,
like it was
the
theirs?
funny thing is that if they the funny thing is that they didn't really have a lot of like enjoying like scenes where they were sort of dancing and enjoying. So a lot of it was just just not appropriate,
Was
to be
just
honest. Like
Ojapiano. Every single person
people
that left the cinema said Ojapiano was the point of that film.
people are
I'm
getting
sorry. I
murdered
feel
and
like
they're
it
like
did what it was intended to do.
nah.
I feel
People are
it did what it was.
dying everywhere, left, right, center, like na 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 na. What are we doing? Anyway, all right. Alana, do you want to give us your?
Yes, I have some more on my list. Edge of Paradise. Take me on this journey. Let me take you to the edge of paradise. Very nice one. And then I also have White Hunters by
Oh
Stanley
my
Curry.
God!
The one that goes,
Oh my God!
Is it the
Yeah.
if I
can you guys hear
nothing
me?
for you? If I there's something for you.
Yes, you guys,
Yeah,
there's
so
nothing for you. Yes,
Hey,
white
no,
girl,
no,
there's
white
nothing
is
for you.
white.
Yes, white
a white
A
Yes,
tea.
whitey.
yes,
A
that one.
whitey. A whitey.
Yes, exactly.
Oh
That
my
song
God!
exactly. I'm glad everybody saw it.
Oh my God!
I also have
I remember.
I also have my Stanley Curry.
TikTok is a business.
I have
I remember like
uh,
the,
it's a hit song,
Oh, that's really good.
classic.
that
Yes,
yeah, okay,
I
all
think
right.
I have my Stanley Curry also. Billionaire Onye cash, shopping and spending the cash. There is no mercy for money. And which other one do I have? I have Warrior's Heart, something about she's a warrior, so kind hearted. That's the one with Genevieve and my baby boy Mona Obiekwe. It was probably still probably one of my best epic movies ever. So there is that one. I also have um Full Moon, Regina Asia's Full Moon. I do not recall the song. I cannot find it anywhere. However, it was just this very this beat, and then there was someone singing Gaga who I can't really recall it, but it was something of that sort. Yeah, it was very scary. Usually when the full moon was freezing or making people into stones or whatever. But yeah, that particular one. There are still others because I know there was one from coming to Africa. Was it coming to Africa? Journey to Africa. I think something about one mixed girl that came to find her father in Nigeria. There was a track coming, but I cannot recall right now. Yeah.
I remember the track.
Sing this for us. Which track?
I can't recall the track,
Oh.
but it was from Coming to Africa, Big Journey to
I
Africa.
think Elizabeth
But it
said
was
she
also from
remembers the track.
Yeah, I do. It was coming to me,
Let me
but
sing
now.
it for us.
Okay. All right. Alexandra says, I'm trying to remember this one. Come and fight for me. I am very weak. Also, Naughty Jeff, be a good boy, Naughty Jeff, something like that. I don't know if anybody knows that one.
It sounds a little naughty.
Naughty Jeff. I have to give a shout out to the Akinaukwa soundtrack. Very simple, very basic, but a bouncer. But yeah, I often like songs like that actually. Those were fun, and they were again very appropriate for the genre that they were doing it for. Okay. Wow, we're gonna spend almost all the time on this. All right. Ogene Fejiro.
Yes, what you have mentioned is the soundtrack from Blood Sisters, the one with Genevieve Naji and Motala Jalade. I'd have to play it. And then I also, this is not a soundtrack, but I also love it. I think it's from Conspiracy, the one where Onyeka Onwenu is mad, where the guy keeps screaming, Ugo, share with me, oh, share with me, Ugo. And yes, another one from Super Story, the one where some girl called Amaka, Chineke di Amaka, or something like that. That's how the song goes. And yes, somebody talked about Full Moon the other time. I can't remember the name of the song, but I really, really loved it. It was something you could dance to, like Yaga, Yiga, Yo. And it was giving Michael Jackson Thriller vibes. So yeah, there you have it.
All right, thank you. And Unduka.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone mentioned Onyeka Onwenu's Ebezina na Chuku Nanuo. Ebezina na Chuku Nanuo. Oh yo yo.
That's the You and I Will Live as One.
That was from You and I Will Live as One. That's the one. Yeah. That's the last one.
Nice. Yes. I do remember that, and I did enjoy that. All right. I think that's about it for Nollywood soundtracks. I think everybody has Stanley is the GOAT, the unambiguous GOAT for soundtracks, clearly. What else? It's just to say about some of the score soundtracks. Sometimes I think at some point we might do our favorite, like maybe Nollywood sound design kind of thing. There's some epic sound stuff like we've been doing, but like difficult. I don't know how we would do that one, whether we'll just be here making weird noises, but or we just play through YouTube. But all those native doctor sounds, some of them were really epic. And I just shocked you with Evil Spirits. I like that one too. Anyway, but let's talk about some of the Nigerian cinemas. And I guess we have a few people here who have been who go to Nigeria, who have gone to see some of the Nigerian films in the cinemas. I'm interested in knowing whether things have changed for you, but a report came, if anyone has seen, a report came from Film One about the 2024 performances. And honestly, there's something that triggered my wanting to discuss this, because there's something that often happens, and maybe I'll do a thread about it at some point, just because something keeps on happening. In the beginning of the report, Film One says that it uses the word, and let me see what I have a screenshot of the words, the exact wording that they use, so I can be exact. Did somebody say something?
Is it the last line? Is it the last line of the report?
It's not the last line. It's the type of, it's talking about the records that what do you call it? These people, the records that the cinemas have made this year, and it used something like monumental, or it shall use some adjective like it's never been. No. It's talking about the Nigerian 2024 box office performance. It said something like unprecedented records, like, and it's talking about the gross, right? Because in 2024, it's the highest amount of money the Nigerian cinemas has grossed. But again, I need to, if you put this thing in context, it means nothing, right? So since 2021, Nigerian attendance figures dropped drastically in 2022, and it's been a very small climb. I think 2023 might have gone up. 2023 went up last year, and 2024 went up even slightly a little bit this year. So whenever you hear unprecedented performance by the Nigerian box office, please filter it through the air of inflation. If when tickets are going up 40-something% in 1 year, that kind of thing can happen. But yeah, that's the kind of thing. But for the people who are here, if you've been going to Nigerian cinemas, have you felt any difference in going, or generally if you have any thoughts about the Nigerian cinema performance from last year to this year? Nobody go to Nigerian cinema.
Please, can I say something?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I haven't been to the cinemas in like 2 years, actually. I don't think I went in 2023 at all. But 2024 I did go, and I was forced to because I had to go and watch Moana with the babies. So first thing going to, and I usually go to Abuja doesn't have Fremont, so we are stuck with Genesis or Silverbird. So I went to the Silverbird at the Silverbird Entertainment SEC Sha. People of God, that place is like a shadow of itself. I was shocked at the changes I saw in just 2 years that I was last there. It was like maybe it's because it's festive period. There were people there, but people were not there like people used to be there. I don't know if it makes sense. And it also makes sense because by the time I saw the report from Film One, SEC doesn't even have like that much crowd. But that's not even the point. The point is the quality of the place. It's so guys, we used to have like VIP session. No? I used to go and pay for VIP session because there used to be VIP, you have drinks to yourself and stuff. I don't even think that exists any longer. Even with Genesis, too, similar thing. I don't know what is going on. I mean, like, yay them that the numbers have changed. But what I would say is this. It's normal that you see an uptick when you have more cinemas. And I also think there is something a little bit, again, and you interpret it. But there are some things that you probably also not interpreting right. Maybe because you either didn't see it or you ignore it or you don't know if this is important to actually add in your analysis. Is one thing I realized is in that report, there was something they said about how this is the first time cinema is picking up since the COVID of 2021. I had to read that line again. I said, COVID, it's not 2021 now. COVID was 2020. But I see that, like they say on Twitter, on X, agenda is an orphan. Because I don't agree that every market is the same. I mean, yes, COVID did change the way the world watches movie. And it also did affect us because more people would rather stay at home and stream it, right? But if you also notice that in 2020, that was when we had our first, of course, we'd be having people make money, but Jennifer actually made more money with Omogeto, and Omogeto had
Can people hear Elizabeth? Is it just me?
Nope, I can't hear her anymore.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like auto.
Yeah, I can't hear her either.
Okay. Ndika, did you want to say something? Elizabeth, if you can't hear, we can't hear you. Ndika, did you want to say something?
Yeah, you were asking if anyone had been to the cinema recently, and I was in the cinema about three times or so last year. I went to see Civil War and Monkey Man. and then I saw Gladiator. I think I don't think much has changed in the cinemas as I was at, except for that the price has really gone. It's now so very expensive. So I don't even know when a film comes out. I'm thinking, to go to the cinema and go and pay almost 10K to watch one film and then come back. It's so there. When I'm looking at the report, I'm like, eh, it's because it costs so much now. It's no longer let me just go out and go watch a film. You have to make an event of it because you're spending a lot.
Exactly. This is actually the issue. You are spending a lot, and it's not just on the ticket itself, but even the transportation. For instance, if like your house isn't close by to an actual cinema, which I'm struggling with right now. Also, the time slots, God, the time slots are an actual issue with me because apparently a lot of movies or some of the movies that I like to watch or I'll be interested in watching, it's either the time slot is just not appropriate, or they're not even showing that particular movie because apparently they show certain movies in certain cinemas. Like I noticed there's maybe a regional showing sometimes. So you want to watch a movie and then you discover maybe it has 2 or 3 or 4 time slots, let's say in Asaba cinema. And then you say, okay, let me check it in Abuja cinema. And you're seeing maybe one time slot and maybe you see for like a week or something. So that's actually one issue I'm struggling with. I wanted to check out something about the bridge, and I was like, okay, let me check it because obviously, like Luka said, you have to make an event of it. And because my house is so far from a cinema, I was like, okay, maybe I can see 2 movies or something in February. I said, let me check time slot or something about the bricks, and I'm seeing like 2 to 6 in the evening for the movie. Like the first showing is by to 6 on Genesis. I was like, So if I can't reach cinema by to 6, which I'll come up for cinema, I'll reach house. It's stressful. By the time you look at the logistics of it, it's even an issue with the whole cinema culture thing. Also, if you don't go, Jesus. Also, if you don't go to what do they call it? If you don't go to what do they call it? If you don't go during the festive season, nothing is happening. It's actually dead when it's not the festive season more often than not. If you go during the festive season, you enjoy it a lot because people are there and all that. But if you don't go during the festive season, you feel like four inside the entire cinema just looking at each other.
All right. All right, let's
Olama was
go.
going through it.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Okay. Well done. Thanks. Thanks, Alana. Sorry. I can hear that some people in your background are watching football. I understand they're coming from, but I hear them. Yeah. Yeah. And I understand where they're coming from. They're coming from it's coming from a personal place. You understand. All right. But thanks, Alana. It's interesting. Like people keep on sharing, and it's not the first time a lot of these things that it's not the first time a lot of these things have been discussed. But I guess I want to even look at it a little bit holistically because really, when people saying things like unprecedented and like new box office records, even though I know that it's inflation that is doing most of this heavy lifting. I have to say there is something to Nigerian cinema still performing as well as it is. And by as well as it is, I mean like in the pits that we are, because for as far as I'm concerned, we're in the pits. We're doing something like 8% than our lowest. Well, I think if we're looking at 2024's record, I think this is in something like since 2016. Since 2016, this is the third lowest year, or third or fourth lowest year. Third weekly, because obviously we had the 2020 year where cinemas were shuts down for this thing. But I still think there's something to the cinemas performing as well as they are, given how tough things are. But it might just be that a couple of things that we're around the floor of where we're supposed to be. That we're probably not going to go lower than this because these people who are going to the cinema at this point are just serious people who really, really want to go and watch films at the cinema. And I'm not just talking about Nollywood, I'm talking about everything. But it actually is interesting for me to hear people's thoughts on going to the cinemas. Is there anything else before we talk about some of the things we've been watching? Anybody else had any experience they wanted to share about going to Nigerian cinemas, or any more thoughts on the reports? What I'm interested in is like, just given how much streaming has dried up. I mean, like Kemi is returning to the cinemas this year, December, so with KOB3. I'm interested in like how much money is actually left in the pool for Nigerians, because that's not something. The streaming platform was actually I know we abused it, but it was actually quite a healthy source for income for Nigerian filmmakers. And the fact that they haven't left, whatever, the re-strategizing of a bunch of these platforms is happening. I just wonder how much is left now, because like going to YouTube, moving to YouTube is certainly not going to give you more money than Netflix and those people are giving you. So I don't know. Like I don't know what filmmakers make of this. For me, it feels like the pool has become smaller for them to eat. So I still think Nollywood is still on the machine, and somebody can pull the plug. Some small thing can pull the plug at any moment. Anyway, but yeah, those are my general thoughts about that. Elizabeth, where you got cut off?
Yeah, in fact, where did I get cut off? Because I can't even remember what I was saying.
I can't remember.
Quite unfortunate. But I said quite unfortunate, but I was just trying to compare, the numbers, especially for for Christmas. I don't know if you guys hear that.
Yeah. Just go again.
Yeah, so just to go again, I think what I wanted to actually say is that there was an interesting data that I don't know if people noticed, which is the number of cinemas, the increase from 2021 to now, right? Which is what everyone has been advocating for. Anyways, at least I know I've been advocating for it, is increasing reach. So we've gone from 67 cinemas to 107 between 2021 and 2024. Which is great, but the numbers are just slightly above 2023 in terms of attendance. Well, maybe going away from streamer is also a blessing. But another thing I actually wanted to mention is that I made an analysis that for December numbers that I thought that everybody would keep their 2023 numbers, and Funke might have to cannibalize Ashiwaju Baby's numbers and Messi Aigbe's numbers. But in an interesting turn of events, Ashiwaju Baby was the one that did the cannibalizing. I'm actually maybe proud of her. So she, Funke does not have the attendance number of A Tribe Called Judah. But Ashiwaju Baby has been able to add at least 8,000 or maybe 6,000. Can't remember the numbers in attendance for herself, which is great. For Mercy, she didn't get the attendance she got for 2023, but she might get the revenue. So I'm just impressed that Ashwaju Baby is the one that actually did the cannibalizing. And that would be that, that might actually either it means that Jennifer as a film, as a franchise is tired, or Ashwaju Baby did double the work for our marketing, but we also did marketing for Jennifer. So that one is in the wind. Another thing is Mercy's film apparently is PG rated. and or rather, it's not PG rated. So apparently, people with family couldn't watch it. So they were advising people to go watch something that is more family friendly. That's interesting. But I think generally, I just wanted to say that maybe this streamers living is a blessing for people going back to the cinema. And then we've seen that the cinema operators have said that no more meet and greet. So maybe we'll just stick to dancing on Instagram and maybe look for more creative way to actually get more people. But the elephant in the room is that people are poorer, really, because if people have the spending power that they did in 2021, so imagine the spending power people had in 2021, imagine them having it in 2024 with us doubling, close to doubling numbers of cinemas from 67 to 107. You know that people, there would have been an uptick, because the thing is, the more cinemas you have, the more people. But it just seemed as though, that slight uptick from 2023 is what we are celebrating, which is great. I guess progress is progress either ways. But you really do want more people, because even the state of the cinemas shows that they are not making money, or the money they were making before is not what they are making now. At least for the ones in Abuja, both Genesis and Silverbird, it's just an eyesore. Like, whatever is going on with those cinemas, it's just sad. Like, every time I step into the cinema in this town, I'm just depressed. Like, guys, we didn't even have this in 2022. What do you mean that this looks like this now? But again, maybe this one, everybody goes back to the cinema. Maybe there'll be a way to ginger, in quotes, but paying a lot. I think when we watch Moana, myself and my children, my husband, we paid like 30,000 or so, or more, 30 something, that close to 40,000 for 4 people to watch Moana. So again, is luxury. That's more than minimum wage, guys. That's luxury. I don't know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know about the industry, but I don't know if it's a good thing or the bad thing. But I'm just happy that, the usual suspects that usually say money is not a problem can see now that money is the problem, because now you've done expansion and traffic still hasn't increased from the one in 2021. And again, just to reiterate that COVID wasn't the problem, guys. It's the economy. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. All right, what kept me up? I don't know who's behind this, if that's Ade, but like, obviously, you guys, some of the people who have been will be following this kind of thing. Any news for us today?
No. Interestingly, I just wanted to remind Elizabeth where she stopped. That was all.
Okay.
So I think we're going to quickly unmute me. Yeah, she was saying something about COVID before she got cut off earlier, saying, it's not like typical or to Nigeria, like it happened all over, and then that was where then she got cut off. And that's all. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right. I don't have much to add to the cinemas thing, but my general takeaway: yes, money is a problem. The purchasing power is a problem, definitely. There is something to the fact that Nigerians are still attending cinemas at the rate, despite like things getting harder year on year. I don't necessarily that doesn't necessarily mean that we are out of. That doesn't necessarily mean we're out of anything, because I still think we are not doing very well in general anyway. So it's just like we're recovering, and the recovery has not really the recovery is not complete. We've not come out of where we need to be. So yeah, that's my general gist. And like Elizabeth mentioned, things like even though everybody loves Jennifer is breaking the box office record, it still hasn't. I don't think so. Anyway, last time I checked, it hasn't reached Tribe Called Judah's numbers. It's just the attendance numbers. You just have to be aware of these kind of things every time you hear something from the market. And Nigerian filmmakers, the pool that they have available to them is generally shrinking. All right. Okay. Quickly, anything that people watched this week that they want to discuss with us? anything people watched this last week that they wanted to
I
share?
watched Omoni Oboli's Pretty Woman's remake.
Hey
It's on
Mo,
our
what I
channel.
wanted to say, but go on.
Oh, I beat you to it. See, you come and add your own there. But when I watched it, I find something again. This is the reason why I watch Omoni Oboli's channel or and film people. I really don't care about a lot of channels because they really piss me off. I was watching it and I know that I was watching Pretty Woman, yeah. And they sort of like mixed a bit of Suits. They brought like a storyline from Suits. You know, she was in law school and then she wrote exam for someone and she got expelled or something like that. Whatever. But it's changed a bit slightly, and you know that their budget was not big. But I find it really interesting, the director's take on Pretty Woman. Datola Jones is amazing. She's an amazing actress. She's beautiful. She favors Genevieve. So I don't know. She's just perfect. Our person that acted our friend to perfect. Ray Adeka, I don't know. That boy, I don't mind seeing his face, but he's shaky for me. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's for YouTube, it's okay too. But that's what I watched, and I was like, oh, not bad. I tried to again. Is every Sunday I have to complain again. Heart of the line, guys. I'm like, of course, some cost. I'm expressing some cost fallacy. I said maybe if I watch episode 8, maybe something will change. In this episode 8, something else was happening again. Somebody was threatening him to sleep with him. I'm like, God, am I the problem? Is it me? Did I do something wrong? Anyways, guys, Heart on the Line is not a good web series, but we're watching it because I don't know why we're watching it. Then I
Something
also
must give.
watched.
That's why we're watching it, because we put in the hour. Something must come out of
Yes,
this thing. Otherwise, haba.
that's my first one, cost fallacy. Then the third one, I watched Family Bese. You people, I think the problem is me. Because Family Base, when I even saw the fonts, I miss Mel on this NFC. I don't know if you guys know Mel. She would have talked about this. She was the one that spoke about fonts during Blood Sister. And people wanted to tear her shirt. God, the fonts. When I saw the fonts for the Family Base, I was like, ode to Mel, because that film. One thing I have to say is that you have to, when you watch any film from Inkblot or Ant Hill, all you are doing in your head is you just want to know me personally, I want to know what goes on in Naz Onuzu's head. Because there is idea of what he thinks a film should be is quite interesting. And the third act is always left to a miracle, a coincidence, an act of goodwill, something happening, something coming to save the day. It's just weird. Like when I finished it, I was like, Oluwa Gbokwewa, because I don't know what else to say. Thank you, glory be to God. Then I tried to watch Katangari Goes to Town. I've watched the first 2 scenes. I don't know if I will have a good time or a bad time, but I will let you guys know next week Sunday. Thank you.
Katangari? Yes. All right. Okay. Inkblot getting some licks. All right. Okay. Anything else anybody watched that
Well,
I wanted
after
to share?
Mo spoke of that, I have to speak of the only other thing I watched on Omoni Oboli's channel. It weirdly enough, my favorite part of it is towards the end, and I wish we had done more of it throughout the film. It's called Memories with You, and it stars Michael Dapper and what's that her name again? I'm trying to remember her name.
Debbie Felix.
Debbie Felix. Orúkọ babe yẹn nìyẹn. And it's a quintessential lose your memory romance thing. She pretends to be his fiance in front of his family to protect him and take care of him because he was estranged from his family. And like I quite enjoyed that. In the beginning of the film, they weren't romantic interests. She was just someone he was just someone she listened to, a drunk who frequented the bar at which she worked. And then somehow she ends up being the one who's protecting him from his family who he was estranged from because he lost his memory. And I wish we had spent a lot more time developing what ended up being this like super warm romantic feeling between the both of them. But I will say though, the reason why I'm mentioning this is honorable mentions. As someone who complains about the quality of kisses in Nollywood, Michael Dapper might be a worthy contender for a good Nollywood kisser. I'm sorry, guys. There is a scene, the only scene where we get any type of like actual physical anything between them, and it's just right before the end. And he walks out of his room shirtless because she's going to go and meet him. And that kisses, guys, is not the one that they are swallowing each other that you're wondering, haba. No, 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 no. It was soft. It was nicely done. Guys, Nollywood, go and watch this scene. Even if you want to be doing things that do look romantic, go and watch Michael Dapper and Debbie Felix kiss in Memories with You. Yeah, and as regards a family basic, well, let's just say we thank God because I don't understand. I did the same thing with Mo. I'm quite confused as to what goes on in Azunuzo's head. The premise of it all, I don't understand. The hijinks that ensue, quite confusing. How the hijinks are solved, also quite confusing. Somehow, by the grace of God, a benevolent soul, something shall somehow solves the problem, and you are wondering, hey, Shepe, that's how things do usually solution. I was quite confused by Family Gbese. I won't lie to you. What else was it? Well, I wouldn't call it fun. Heart on the line. I know me and Mo are beating a dead horse here, and we're the ones who are doing ourselves by insisting on watching this thing. But me, I want to see what Abimbola Craig and what's that her name are planning to do with this show because we're 8 episodes in. Only the 8th episode, and we still don't know what is going on with this character. That's why they randomly brought a woman who basically blackmailed him into sleeping with her. And he didn't really sleep with her. She just wanted to humiliate him. But why? Who is she? Why should we care? None of these things are being answered. This is the state of Nollywood web series, guys. It's quite atrocious. And then they end it on what is supposed to be a cliffhanger. But no, Mo, I want to. Maybe it's me that didn't really watch it well. What did she read? Which letter did she read?
Don't let me lie to you. I exited stage left by the
Okay,
time.
thank you. Because me, I thought it was because me I was fast forwarding, so I rewound. But let me see what she do read. I still don't know what she read that made her do confused and shocked in the middle of her very successful fundraiser. And I'm like, guys, you are doing a cliffhanger that we in the audience don't even know what is cliffhanging. What is hanging off the cliff? No, it's not funny. I'm quite confused here because you can't tell me if you are showing us the letter. Come on, this is something quite atrocious, quite scary that happened to her. This I don't know. Maybe them Abibola Craig have a purpose, which is to confuse the audience, and we were just not in on it. Because at this point, I think they just wrote this show to say, how can we confuse Nigerians even further? And they gathered all these people to confuse us, guys. Let's not watch this. Let's not do this again. And if anybody, sorry, another web series, just us girls. I've stopped watching it many months ago because it finished many months ago, but I realized I never spoke about it. Again with Nollywood and losing the plot and not fully following through on things that they started. This was supposed to be a faith-based ensemble show with a series of friendly girls. Think think we're not gonna go smart moment. Think the girls from Flossom and Unmarried, but supposedly churchy girls, which somehow by the beginning of season 2 we completely abandoned the fact that they are that they are churchy girls. It's like the show forgets that these are girls who are supposed to be churchy. And then somehow, like halfway through the season, the show remembers. And then our character, Konyi, is like, oh, it's been a minute since I've been to church. I'm like, oh, you do remember that you are supposed to go to church. Because at this point, it's like the whole show, you, the writers, everybody forgot that this was a faith-based show. And I was like, what is going on? Guys, it's bleak out here. I'm sorry. Everybody, just go and watch Think Like a Man. Maybe, again, that's what I watched as well. Think Like a Man, guys. I wanted to feel something. I wanted a romantic ensemble that made me feel something. And I watched Think Like a Man, and it made me feel all the things that I was supposed to feel. Hearing John Legend play as Taraji P. Henson struts out of a building and Michael Ealy is drooling over her. Guys, that is romance. That is romance. Or is it Romany Malco? And what is her face with the beautiful eyebrows and the beautiful lips that's ended up dating a foolish man who are currently engaged? Romance, guys. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Thanks, Vanessa. I love that this fight with Omani Oboli and their films continues despite the fight with Nollywood films that continues despite my not recommending anything for us to watch. Look at that. After you will blame Mr. C. All right.
We blame you for wasting our Netflix and Prime subscription. It's not YouTube. It's not YouTube.
All right. This is anything we watched. Did we watch anything this week before we say our goodbyes?
I'm not watching anything Nollywood this week.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, in the absence of anything else, people watched. Thanks everybody for joining us. Really enjoyed some of Yupu's chosen soundtracks. That was fun. A lot of you singing. I liked some of you not so much. But it's good fun all the way. I include my singing in ones I did not like. But yeah, and good discussing Nigerian cinemas and all of that. We wish our filmmakers and us the best as Nollywood consumers. We'll see you guys next Sunday. Next Sunday, actually, I can tell you what we're going to be discussing. We're going to be doing a top 3. We start positive, only so that when we get into negatives, nobody can call us. Bottom 3s, nobody can call us, say we did not do top this anyway. But we'll start with our top 3. I'm thinking about what the segment is. I will actually drop it early on Tuesday because it might need some homework because this is top. So some people might need to research what their top 3s are. But we'll let you know what the section is by Tuesday. But thank you everybody for coming on, and we'll speak to you next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed listening and would like to join live, just follow us on Twitter at IrokoCritic and join us every Sunday 6 p.m. West African time on our spaces.